Welcome to Behind the Blue Lights, the place where we shine a light on questionable policing, look at law and rights, and push for accountability. Today's video comes from Matt 12128. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and give him credit for the footage. In this episode, Matt is quietly filming police vehicles from the public pavement, which is completely entitled to do. But things quickly change when officers rush out of the station, treating him like a problem instead of a citizen with a camera. They demand his details and tell him to move on, ignoring proper procedure. Matt holds his ground, but instead of calming the situation, the officers let their pride take over and arrest him without good reason. What follows is body-worn footage showing policing at its worst.
What we're going to require to do, sir, is we're going to have to take some of your details, alright?
Don't give me details, it's just not personal, I just don't give me details out to people.
Okay, well, you've been taking photographs into the police yard and you've already admitted you've been taking photographs of vehicles in the yard, quite a lot of which are private motor vehicles. Alright, we are going to have to satisfy. We are going to have to satisfy ourselves.
You are saying that you have been taking pictures of private vehicles. I've been taking pictures of the marked cars. That's what I admitted to.
Okay, well, we don't know what's on that camera at this moment in time. Alright? Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to step back now because there's another supervisor here, and I'm actually the custody sergeant, so I could be the person that's dealing with you next in the custody block. All right. So I'm going to step back.
To deal with. I've done nothing wrong.
Well, the officers will ascertain that. The officers will ascertain that. All right, sir. Okay.
Sorry, what's your name again?
That's what I said, don't give me details.
Just wait there.
Can you stop surrounding me?
Right, we're not surrounding you. Obviously, how can we talk to them? What's the documentary regarding? Because obviously you got to understand there's a lot of personal vehicles in there.
I'm not trying to get there.
But we don't know that, do we?
From the very start, you can see the issue with this kind of heavy-handed policing. The officers approach Matt not because he's done anything wrong, but simply because they feel uneasy and don't know what is filming. That's not suspicion, that's guesswork presented as authority. To make matters worse, they try to turn a lawful act into something dodgy. Matt makes it clear he's filming police vehicles that are openly visible from the street. Yet the officers push back with what ifs, bringing up private cars and insisting they can't be sure. Even when Matt explains his intentions, they twist the conversation so the burden of proof is on him. That's not how the law is supposed to work.
From our point of view, we don't know what vehicles you've got and what you've got on camera and what's been recorded. Do you get our view on that?
But what does it matter even if they were in it?
Because obviously if this is going on YouTube like a documentary, it gets shared, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is a lot of officers' details, vehicles, people can search it.
It's not details.
Well, there's vehicles with registrations, yeah, you can.
We need to ascertain who you are, okay?
You can't ascertain who. I just told you that I don't give me details.
Right, that's fine.
I've got every right to not give me details.
You have, but what you need to understand is that it's also you can be arrested, so that we can ascertain. So we can ascertain.
Under what law?
So we can ascertain what your details are.
Under what law?
Okay.
Under what law can I be arrested? Can you state the section and can you read that out, please?
Don't need to.
You do need to.
Don't need to.
It's in your code of practice.
You don't need to.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you really do.
We can arrest you and we'll be explained in custody.
I'll be looking into this as to why you saying you do not have to explain what section of the law you're arresting me under.
You don't need to.
Yes, yes, you do.
Don't need to.
Yes, you do.
Don't need to at all.
Things get even more reckless when Matt rightly says he doesn't have to give personal details unless there's a specific offense suspected. That's the law. Instead of giving clear grounds, one officer bluntly says, "I don't need to," when asked what law justifies arrest. That's completely wrong. UK law under PACE says an officer must clearly state the reason and the legal authority for an arrest at the time it happens. It's not optional, it's a duty. Worse still, another officer says, "We can arrest you and explain in custody." That shows a total breakdown in process. Arrest isn't a shortcut to force compliance. It must be justified before the handcuffs go on. These rules aren't small print. They exist to protect the public from being detained without reason.
I don't know your name at the moment.
Right,
obviously,
put this in your pocket.
Yeah, no problem, right? Do you want to give us a dog so we'll just like that? At this moment in time, you've been arrested so we can ascertain your identity, alright?
Under what law?
Obviously, right? You don't have to say anything but may harm me defensive. You don't mention one question so much relate line court. Anything you do say may be in evidence, alright?
Yes, what law are you arresting me under, please?
We
don't know what you're doing, we don't know what your intentions are at this moment. You got to understand that.
This is mental, this. Could you tell me, please?
It'll get explained when we're in custody, alright?
No, you have to explain why I'm being arrested. You don't just arrest someone and not
we
tell
have
them
to
why.
understand your identity. We don't have any details about you. We don't know who you are, what your intentions are, anything like that. So you've been arrested to ascertain your identity, alright?
It's an unlawful arrest then. It's an unlawful arrest and someone will be held responsible for it. Okay? You're going to learn the hard way that you've just made a big mistake. You really are.
Stand here for us, alright?
So you can't tell me what you've arrested me for.
Yeah.
You've arrested me to ascertain my details.
Yes, that's true.
Right, that's an unlawful arrest, sir.
Matt wasn't loud, threatening, or stopping anyone from working. He was calmly recording police vehicles, something any member of the public can do. But instead of looking at the situation sensibly, the officers jumped straight to arrest without lawful grounds. When Matt quite fairly asked what law he was being arrested under, the officer coldly replied it would be explained later at custody. That's not only dismissive, it's unlawful. Under Pace Code G, a person must be told they're under arrest and the legal reason for it at the time or as soon as possible. We'll explain later strips away a person's basic rights exactly when they matter most. To make it worse, the officer claimed the arrest was to find out who you are, as if suspicion alone is enough. UK law does not allow arrest purely to check ID, unless it's directly linked to a crime.
Officially going to be retrained and spoken to for that.
It's alright.
I'll privately prosecute you as well. You don't arrest someone, not tell them what section you've arrested them under. This is illegal what you're doing. And you know it, and that's why you're quiet.
The grounds of your and the necessity of your arrest will be provided to the
You
custody
provide
sergeant.
it when you arrest someone.
They'll be given to the custody sergeant.
You provide it when you arrest someone. You'll learn the law the hard way. I'm a law-abiding citizen, and you've arrested me for no reason other than you want my details. Doesn't work like that, fella. Have you got anything to say with regards to the situation?
I'll explain to the custody sergeant. If the custody sergeant agrees and
The
accepts
custody
it,
sergeant will agree.
and then it makes it a lawful arrest, because obviously that's on the custody sergeant.
No, it doesn't. The law is above the custody sergeant, buddy. Okay? If the custody sergeant agrees with you, then he's wrong. What's right is the law. Not the police, the law.
One officer clearly thought that as long as the custody sergeant approved the arrest, it would automatically be lawful. But that's not how the law works, and Matt rightly shut that down. A custody sergeant isn't a judge, and their agreement isn't some magic stamp that makes an arrest valid. An arrest has to meet clear legal requirements, not just get nodded through by a colleague. What makes an arrest lawful isn't who signs off on it, it's whether it meets the standards set out in law. Here, it clearly didn't. What we're seeing is circular thinking. If my colleague agrees, I must be right. That's not accountability, that's just poor logic.
Absolutely no need for this, there wasn't. I explained exactly what I was doing. What's your number, sir, please?
2715.
And would you agree that this is a lawful or unlawful
I'm not
arrest?
discussing it with you.
Do you know why?
I'm not discussing
because
it with
you know.
I'm not discussing
You
it
know.
with you.
Do you have to give
I'm
the
not
reason?
discuss- I'm not
Do you have to
discussing
give the
it- I'm not
reason
discussing
why
anything
you
with you.
arrest someone, or do you not? Do you just arrest them
I'm
because you
not
feel like
discussing
it?
anything with you.
You don't, do you? You don't arrest
not
someone because you
discussing
just
anything
feel
with
like it. You don't do that.
Relax, because the cuffs will end up.
It's all right. I'm not bothered. It's okay.
We're not going to engage with you until we're in there and there's cameras in there. All right?
Is your body cam on?
There's no requirement to speak to you now.
Is your body cam on?
Okay?
Is your body cam on?
Done.
It's on. You're supposed to tell me when you turn it on as well. You don't just turn it on, you inform someone when you turn it on. That's another thing you'll learn. And this will be unlawful imprisonment. Hello. I've been unlawfully arrested and now I'm looking at unlawful imprisonment as well.
Why do you think you've been unlawfully arrested?
Because I've not been told why I've been arrested, what law I've
You've been
broken.
arrested under Section 58 of the Terrorism
They never
Act
told me that.
2000.
They never told me that.
Right, well
supposed to
that's why you've been arrested.
Well, they never told me that. So,
Well, I've been told that, so I don't know why you haven't.
well, I haven't been told it and I've got it all on video.
Okay.
When Matt told the inspector he'd been unlawfully arrested because no grounds were given, the inspector didn't correct the mistake. Instead, he casually said Matt was told it was under Section 58 of the Terrorism Act, and admitted he didn't know why Matt wasn't informed at the time. That in itself proves the failure. Section 58 of the Terrorism Act is no small thing. It relates to information that could help someone commit or prepare a terrorist act. Applying that to a man filming police cars from a public street, with no suspicious behavior, is an extreme and baseless stretch. And to hold him without even telling him that was the charge? That's not just sloppy, it's a clear breach of the legal duty to explain the reason for arrest at the time, not later on.
Right, well, that's why you're arrested.
Right. So would you like to search me, sir?
I'm not going to arrest you, I'm the inspector.
Would you like to search me then under the Terrorism Act?
I don't want to search you at the minute. You'll get searched at the appropriate place and at the appropriate time.
Right, no problem.
And not by me. Okay? Do we have any recording devices running whilst he goes into custody?
I'm allowed to do that, by
We've
the
got
way.
a body camera, just his phone, which is still inside his pocket. We're not sure if it's still running.
Yeah, leave that alone, don't turn it off.
Right, I'm going to turn it off because you're entering a police building.
I'm allowed to record, I'm allowed to have it running.
Not within
it's
a police
right,
building.
Yes, I am. It's me right, you need to check that. If you turn that off, that's another thing that'll be a problem.
That's an argument we can have at a later date, but for now
it's not an argument, it's a policy.
Because
I want to be recorded of what happens to me.
Everything that's happening here is recorded by that camera there.
Right.
And by that camera.
Can I just say, I would like a copy of that, do not delete it, and I want a copy of that also, don't delete it.
If we decide that it's necessary for you to have a copy, if there are any charges brought against you,
if I want a copy, I'll get a copy.
That will be made available.
I will get a copy no matter what, whether I have charges or not, I will get a copy.
Right, possibly.
Okay, no, definitely.
Again,
I promise you.
That's a discussion.
Do you not know that I'm entitled to that?
You are if you apply for it, and we
exactly.
deem,
I will.
no, you
don't. I have to have it.
A matter of public protection to give it to you.
When Matt asked to see the footage, the inspector told him he'd only get access if they thought it was necessary and if he was charged. That's just wrong. Evidence isn't only available after charge. People have the right to access material linked to their case, especially if it might clear their name or reveal misconduct. Matt was right to challenge this. Under the Data Protection Act 2018 and UK GDPR, anyone can request CCTV or bodycam footage of themselves using a subject access request. Police are legally required to comply unless a narrow exemption applies, like affecting an ongoing investigation, and even then, it needs proper justification. The idea that police can simply decide whether you see footage of yourself is completely false.
It won't be.
But then there's no argument, is there?
Exactly, there's no argument. I'll tell you that straight away. You should know that. You shouldn't really have to be told that. You should say, yes, I'll give you it.
But I can't say, yes, I'll give you it, because I don't know whether...
Right, well, you know, either way, you'll know I've got it. I am entitled to it.
Right.
Right, come on. Obviously, I don't know your name, so it's just... Matt, yeah? Right, Matt, we'll just come in front of you. Alright, just watch that strip. Otherwise, you'll have everyone in here. Take the steps in there. Just one side, don't it? Through here, Matt. Through here, lad. I'm just done there.
As the video ends with Matt being taken into custody, the story carries on. Matt later confirmed he'd be taking action over the arrest, and even a year later, he was still actively pursuing it. His persistence shows how strongly he believed his rights had been violated, and how determined he was not to let it slide. It also shows how long and draining it can be to fight for justice against a system that often protects itself. This episode isn't just about someone with a camera. It shows how quickly officers can bend the rules, ignore rights, and use the law as a tool for control rather than protection. Let's recap. The officers started with weak excuses, jumped to suspicion, and escalated instead of explaining. Arresting someone without saying what law they've broken isn't just poor policing, it undermines the whole principle of the rule of law. Then came the flawed idea that a custody sergeant's approval makes everything lawful, which simply isn't true. And finally, the false claim that Matt could only access footage if he was charged. All of this played out in front of several officers, none of whom corrected it. That's not just an individual slip-up, that's a wider culture problem. Instead of calming things down, they created suspicion, used arrest to force compliance, and wrapped it all in half-truths. Matt's experience is a reminder that knowing your rights is essential, but it's just as important that those with power actually respect them. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.